Right, hello, my darlings. I'm Faith from Faith and Grits, back with my altered Monet. So today, the plan was to look at the sort of bottom-up pages that I wanted to create. So they are created. So I've got sort of this bottom folded up pages through the book. But I had some serious demons in the machine and some technical problems, and the majority of my video just completely failed. And I thought, do I just don't edit it, or do I just do it and stick it out there? So let me know what you think. Should I have abandoned it, or is the video going to make sense? So anyhow, stick around, my darlings, and for you, it'll only be just a tick. Right, my darlings, back with my altered Monet, and give a go at, now I've called it a bottom triangle, but I don't mean necessarily a triangle. You just want to try to balance the bulk, because I've got lots of bottom flips, side flips, but I want some that go up as well. So I've chosen these two pages here. So those flappies are done. That'll come back to. So the first thing I need to do, I think, is to free the bottom here, because I want to fold this one up, and I want to fold this one up, and have an up tuck into one of them, if that makes sense. Let's have a go. What could go wrong? So, no, I haven't been filming much. I have been busy in here. I've joined Rachel's design team for Rachel Crafts. So I've been busy pottering away on her upcoming kit. So I will be back on with things from that. I'm just trying to line up the edge of this page. So yeah, all very exciting, all very new to me, but, you know, away we go. I went on the spring retreat up in Cheltenham, and it was absolutely amazing. It was just food for the soul, honestly. So I've done that one folded up. Now I want the other page folded up taller than that. So I'm going to have to trim this one. I don't have a cutting mat, I think, thin enough to get in there. So I'm just going to have to freehand it, I think. Or do I use the longer scissors? Use the longer ones. So yeah, I've been pottering away getting things ready for that. And I need to get these Monets well underway. So the basic one is nearly there. It just needs cover really sorted on it. And this basic one, once I have it done, it will be mine to fill with my jelly plate prints. So I've snipped that one up that high. So we can line it up. The edge of the page. Straight would help, Faith. Yes. There. Oops. That's fine. I can fix that later. Fix it now, actually. Get some orange in there. I don't know why I decided to put the washi tape onto these edges, because I don't think I really needed it. But it's there now anyway. I'm not taking it off. Yes, and I'll go back and patch some of that. So the next step, I believe, is I want to get rid of all of that white. And to do that, I'm going to use my paint sticks. Where are they going? Oh, there. I'm going to use my paint sticks to do that. So let's get this under here. So I want that sort of black and blue effect on this bottom here, I think. So let's go in with a regular blue. And maybe a little bit of a light blue. This stuff is so weird. It's like lipstick. And then I've got a damp baby wipe here, and I'm just going to persuade it to move around. Now these things behave completely differently on this slightly glossy book page than on paper, for sure. So I'm just moving it about. I want to add some black in there. It dries really quickly as well. And we'll have a look. What does that look like? Smooth that around. And you got to be careful because too much moisture is actually cleaning it off. It actually takes it away. So I just want to move it about a bit. Right. A little bit more. There. I'm still on the fence about these paint sticks. I don't know if it's something I'm gonna, while I've got them, I'll use them. Yes. I'm not done with that yet, though, but it needs to dry. It does dry really fast. So I'm going to crack on and do the rest. I want a lighter color up there. Let's go with that lighter blue. Sorry, I got a sniffy nose. Today, the sun actually came out in Wales. Oh, my God. And it actually had a little bit of warmth to the afternoon. It was absolutely gorgeous day out. And you realize then you miss the sun. It's when you go without it for so long. Some green up there. And maybe darken it up a bit with... Will that work with my finger? No. I've tried all sorts to blend this. No, it's just taking it away. That's fine. And then go back in with some whites. So all I'm doing is just getting rid of the that stark whiteness of that to blend in with those images. So that's that. Let's put a piece of paper over here to protect this side while that dries. And this side I'm going to do the same with. And then I'll do that piece, and that piece with the paint sticks. And I need to go lay my hands on Jez's kit because I can't remember where I put it. So give me a tick, darlings. I'll be right back. Right, my darlings, I've got a massive apology. I have sat here for I don't know how long filming, and it's all failed. All of my skits have failed. So I've done sort of the bottom bits, but the actual process of me gluing them together is lost forever, and I can't redo it, if that makes sense. So let's have a look. So we've done that one before on camera. These I did in another video. Come back to those, because that's a different video. That's done. Come back to that. Now, I wanted to do the bottom tuck. And as I carried on, the video just failed completely. There's no way to recover it. So, I had the 2 pages. I cut this one to fold up that way. And I cut that one to fold up a little bit higher. So, I've created a tuck in there. One in there, a massive up tuck in there, and one on that side. And then for that paint stick effect, once it was dry, I went over it with a blending brush and some distressing vintage photo. So that sort of knocks the color back a bit and sort of unifies, I think, everything with things like the kit papers. So you don't have that stark white showing from the book page, if that makes sense. And I've done that on other ones as well. I did it on the flappies there. That's another of the bottoms. So I've got a tuck there, and then one there, and that big up tuck underneath. This is my center spread, which I'm going to leave you to last. There's another bottom one. So there, there, in there. No, sideways. I did that as a side pocket. So that's a side loading pocket from Jez's kit. And then that big up tuck in there. So I've got, that's been done. That'll be a future video. The flappies there. And another up tuck. Not up tuck. Another one coming from the bottom. So one on that side, the same as the others. I'm quite liking the way that came out. So I've got one there, and then big one there. I haven't added anything there yet. So that needs something. And then your flappies, and yeah, we come to the end then. So that is the progress I made. I do apologize. I was absolutely devastated when I realized that that video had failed. Actually, 2 video clips failed, and they're just gone. There's no way of recovering them at all. So yeah, but I'm happy with the way this is coming along. So I do hope you stick it out with me. I am working on some other things for Rachel Bella at the moment that's in the works. So the room behind me is an absolute chaos. But watch this space. So this will be an ongoing project for me to get ready so I can start filling it up with jelly plate play. So that's all from me for this one. I do apologize again. I have no idea what went wrong with my camera. But if you're still here and listening to me blabber on, thank you ever so much, my darlings. And happy crafting, everyone. And hope to be back with you again very soon. So, bye for now.